Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to another Tea with Tea every Sunday. Today we're talking about how to stop looking for love and to instead start attracting it. And I'm excited for this conversation. I'm just going to wait for my partner to come in and we're going to get to it. But let me know what you got in your cup. You're supposed to have your tea. We're sipping tea. Even if your tea is a freaking mimosa in a champagne glass, like let me know what you're sipping on so that we can sip this tea and drop some tea. Maybe I should go ahead and invite her and not wait for her. Let's see. So what are you guys drinking on right now? And if you're watching this after the live recording, I want you to be sipping on something while you're watching, like, something relaxing, whatever calms you, because it's one of those things. That's the vibe. I'm gonna tell you guys what I have in my cup as soon as Shani gets in here, and there she is.
Hey,
Hey, Brooke. Good morning. Good
peace.
afternoon.
Good afternoon, good morning. Like, this is the time that's not
I know.
for me yet. But hi, sis, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm sorry, this kind of started off a little rocky for me. I'm over here like, but you know what? I'm flowing with it. I'm
Yeah.
excited to be here. I'm very, very
Yo,
excited.
that was me this morning. I was definitely like I told you, I was like spinning around in circles and circles. Where's this? Can't find that. Looking for this. Like the energy was definitely like a little chaotic. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's why. And I told everybody 11:30, and I got on here at like 11:59 on the
And it's
dot.
still, it's okay. We move. Still we move.
Yeah, we're still
This is,
here.
what you got? Speaking of that, what you got in your tea? What you
Yes.
got?
So I have, as the usual, my chai. Well, that's my usual now. Not chai. Matcha. Green
I
tea.
love that
Matcha
it's
green
your
tea.
usual, or like you're
Yeah.
figuring things out as you go. Because
Yeah.
I'm like experimenting a little bit. I'd have my normal ginger tea in here, but I'm also like putting in some lemon flavor. You
Okay.
know, probably preparing for the cooler days that's about to come in the
That's
post.
good. Yeah, because I got some turmeric and lemon or something like that. Turmeric and ginger. Turmeric and ginger.
Okay,
Yeah, I
that sounds
peeped that you
tasty.
I peeped you like your ginger.
I
I peeped
listen.
that.
I feel like I can't live without ginger tea. Like I have to always have the ginger root in my like. It's one of my staples when I go to the supermarket.
Hmm.
Pick up ginger. Like you cannot leave without the ginger.
Real Caribbean gal.
Real Caribbean gal, yes.
Yeah, okay,
I'm
cool.
loving
So
for that.
let's get, I already asked everybody what they sipping on, and I let them know, like, before you got here, like, even if you're watching this after the fact, if you don't catch us live, like, grab a cup of something that relaxes you, some tea, some wine, like, whatever it is that relaxes you. You know what I mean? Because that's the vibe.
That's the vibe. And you can
Exactly.
also catch us on live. Well, we watch this on our each of our pages, so you can like look and you know do it on your own time. Like
Right.
we all have our own time when we want to self care. Probably some people right now is probably running around like the way we was just running around, like,
Hmm.
and people are sitting down. So like, I love the fact that we have this set aside for people to like watch and tune in whenever they feel called to.
When they feel like it, exactly.
Yes,
Whenever you're supposed to
yes
get
for
the
that.
message.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk about today's topic, sis.
Oh
Like,
my God, yeah. So stop looking for
love.
love and start attracting it. Like, I've met so many people who are frustrated, like, yo, like, literally late 20s, like, oh, I'm done with love, fuck love.
Hmm.
And, like, I ain't worried about that shit right now. But it's so much deeper than finding someone to love. It's actually finding that love within you,
Ooh, yeah.
loving on your inner child that may be feeling abandoned or not good enough. You know what I mean? Because when you feel that way about yourself, you're only attracting people of the like.
Yes.
So
You're only attracting people like heavy on that. And I feel like I, for one, have been in a space where I was the person that did not love, I've always loved myself, but I wasn't attentive to how to love myself. I just like was looking for love in all the wrong places, right? And losing sight of the fact that, hey, I have all this love. I already know who I am. Why not pour it into me? And so it could spread out, and I could pour love to people, and people pour it back to me. It's like a boomerang, right? It goes back and
right.
forth like that, and that's how you know you're being reciprocated, and it's a fair and balanced love. Like, how about I just do that? But I didn't have the mindset at the time. I kept thinking other things outside of me was a source of love than my own love. I couldn't feel my own love.
Yeah, and that's why I say too, like, um, cater to your inner child, because a lot of times the reason why we don't feel that love is
Yes.
because we had a fucked up childhood. A fucked up childhood, like so
Fucked
many of
up.
us, especially like chosen ones, the people that, are called for a higher
Hello,
purpose.
beautiful. Norix product. Hello.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon. Why the hell I'm stuck on the morning time?
Well, good. Is it morning? It's morning. Good morning. Good
Yo,
rising.
yeah, but like a lot of us had a really rough childhood, and so that definitely affects us as adults. And so if we weren't loved as children, even if you didn't have one of those parents, because it's so important to have that love from both of your parents. Even
Oh
if you didn't
yeah.
have both parents to love on you, like you may have grown up feeling like abandoned, like, why wasn't that other parent there? Was it something that I did? What did I deserve for that?
Right.
And that kind of takes away from how you love yourself, because you start to question yourself, like, well, shit, if my daddy didn't love me, my mom didn't love me, well, who am I really? Am I even somebody? I ain't shit. And people really grow up with that mindset, and they start attracting people with similar mindsets. And like, it's just a mess. It's a cycle of hurt ass people trying to love, but all you're doing is hurting that other person because you don't know how to love. You haven't found that love within you yet. Like it's terrible.
And in return, they're creating other people that's gonna do the same thing to other people. Like, you think about it down to the fact where it's like when you meet someone and y'all like in pain, like y'all broken basically. It's like y'all only gonna continue the process until one of you guys heal. When one of you guys heal, is I feel like it's just gonna like separate the two because you're not on the same frequency anymore. Unless the other person decides to heal with you, right? But if y'all on
Oh
the same
yeah,
frequency, y'all going like this, y'all going at it. Then y'all create children in that environment. The children see that they grow up and they do the same thing to each other. And then you see the cycle repeats unless somebody says, this don't make no fucking sense. This is not the route. Till somebody says that. And like that's why we're here today to like say it. Like, yo, let's
you
stop
gotta,
looking for it. Like,
yeah,
how about we work on this
yeah,
inner being that's inside of us? Like, how about we just focus on that for a little bit? At least give ourselves the chance to, you know?
right, yeah. And once you get into that energy, that shit just starts to flow. It starts flowing to you.
Everything's in
Um,
place, yes.
and it's even deeper than relationships. Like when you get into that energy of love and truly working on yourself and saying, you know what, self, I really fucks with you. I love you, self. Like
Yeah.
I love you so much that I want to work on you and improve you. When you get into that energy, you'll
Mm-hmm.
start attracting not only love interest, but like people, random people, like, oh my God, I love your energy. Oh my God, like I've been watching you for a while. Oh my God, I see you every day and I think you're so cool. Oh my God, hey, like dope people with similar interests to you and similar mindsets who are like they can admit that you inspire them and they want to jump on your wave and they want to work on themselves too.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like you'll literally start attracting those like-minded people, and then that's when you'll meet your counterpart.
Yes, you're perfect mate. You're guys, he's out there. She's out there. I'm telling you that right
Right.
now.
Yeah, for real.
I'm telling you that right now. There's somebody out there with the same heart as you, with the same vision, the value. They see. what you see, they understand you. Because I literally did not believe that there was somebody. I kept going into situations and being disappointed to a point where, like, I understand why people stop believing. Like, I understand why people be like, fuck this shit. But then again, in the same text, like, how does it make you feel when you say fuck this shit? I had to be honest with myself and be like, this don't even feel right. Like, me saying fuck love or me, like, not even giving love a chance, that shit is not me.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to work on myself. And yes, it took me having to do the hard part, like facing the fact that I did make mistakes. I chose the wrong partners. Yes, I had to fucking own up to that shit. Like, yo, I should have never. I saw the red flags. I should never did that shit. Like, I had to like really sit with myself and be like, damn, let me take accountability for that. Let me heal this heart. What made me make those choices? Why
Mm-hmm.
did I see the red flags and ignore it? Oh, I got codependency issues. Why I got codependency issues? Oh, my fucking childhood, I didn't have no love in my fucking family. Work on that shit, bro.
Yeah. And you know what, too? Sometimes you're the red flag.
We gotta be honest with ourselves. We gotta be
Yo,
honest.
sometimes you're the problem. Like, I don't know if y'all ever seen that video. It's like a sound. And she's like, yo, I just left the therapist's office and, bitch, I'm the problem. Like,
I saw that. I saw that
you ain't even know.
on
Like,
TikTok.
sometimes you're the problem because you might, and don't get me wrong, nobody's perfect, you know? But you may meet someone who is slightly ahead of you in their healing journey. And you end up poisoning them because you ain't nowhere near where they are mentally.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you have to look at it from both ends. Like, okay, well, this person did this, and
Mm-hmm.
that caused that led to the ending of the relationship. But then I also did this, and I could have done this differently. You know, I could have responded to however they did what they did.
Yes, that's when the accountability comes in. Accountability comes in. Sis said, I'm definitely the problem. Hey,
Yo,
accountability comes
that's what's
in. Like,
up.
and that's okay. And this knowing, and like, sis, like, you're literally in your strongest position right now because you are taking accountability of something that nobody could come to you and tell you you're the problem. You already know. So like what you're doing is now you're taking your power back and you're working on that, right? And then soon enough you won't be the fucking problem. Like,
Right,
all the answers
right.
are coming to you. You're admitting love. People who admit love and who see and feel that love, because in order for people to see, for you to meet your people, they have to feel your energy and see you. How do we act when we around the people that we love, right? Oh my God, like just free, just happy.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to people that we know we shouldn't be around, we're like hesitant to be
Mm-hmm.
ourselves.
Kind of on
We're like
edge.
closed off. Like those signals are there. So one thing I realized that don't lie is energy. Energy will never lie. Like it will only be on the back burner for somebody that's not really here. They're at an ego level anyway, so they can't even peep your fucking shit. Like they can't see you. They can't see who
Mm-hmm.
you are. Like, for example, if you're naturally a loving being who likes to share, who's kind, who wants the best for people, but you're always around people who fucking they point out your flaws and feel like you're in a competition with them, feel like you don't want the best for them, like and they just admit this ugly, this disgusting feeling towards you. It's like they can't see you for who you are because they don't see themselves for who they are. Like they don't see the fact that we are our love. We're light beings. Like we are like so amazing and powerful, right? But if you don't believe that shit, you can't see it for nobody else. If you don't believe it for yourself, if you don't see the fact that you're great, you're gonna constantly look through I look through the eyes like this filter of like hate, just self-hate, hate of hating people, just like it's an ugly scene.
And you'll feel the energy too. Like
Yes.
I felt the energy shift. Like I used to be in a really unhappy place, and you know what's gonna definitely remind you. Like if you ever been on Facebook, if you've ever been one of those people like that was posted on Facebook, Facebook is gonna remind you who you were because
The
it takes you
memories.
back to your posts. And I've realized, like, I look at some of my posts and I'm like, damn, like, I was pretty much saying a lot of the same things, but just from a more negative standpoint. Like, it was a more negative delivery, a meaner
Mm,
delivery, you
okay.
know? Yeah, like that mean girl shit, you know? Like,
You
and
gotta
that's
start from somewhere. Imagine if you didn't start from there.
right. So I realized, like, okay, that was where I was at. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that I wasn't really in a happy place. So when you're in a happy place, you exude love. Like it's just pouring out of you. When you're miserable, a lot of times you tend to spread that, even if it's not on purpose, even
Yeah,
if it's not
subconsciously,
intentional.
yeah, you're doing it subconsciously, definitely.
Yeah, it's
And it's
coming out of your pores. I mean, some people do it on purpose, of course. They say misery loves company,
yes.
but like a lot of times, um, it's just you can't even help it. Like it's just pouring out of your
Deeply
pores.
ingrained in you until you like work on it. Granted, it's not the easiest process. Like this whole becoming a better person, healing parts of you, healing shadow side. Like it's like it's really intense. I'm not gonna lie, because it's especially if you went long without dealing with this part of you, without focusing on that. It is not going to be an easy journey, but it's worth it because the people that you will meet, the things that you get to enjoy, the way reality shifts with it. Yo, I definitely now I understand how they say as within so without. Like, yo, as above so below. Like, yo, this shit is real. Like, the minute you decide to like really work on you, your life is going to reflect that. It's going to be a process. It won't all happen at once. Many times we're not ready for this shit to unravel. Can we talk about that? When you talk about you looking for love, right, and you want the perfect partner, could you be honest and be like, are you ready for the person that you're talking about? These attributes, do you have that characteristic? Like, it's like really having to look deep within that. Like, it took me saying, I listed the values that I wanted in a mate, and I had to really be honest with myself. Like, yo, I'm not really doing all these things. I'm like, my values is not even all the way. I want a partner that has a discipline, and I'm like lying to myself, or like not keeping up with my promises I'm making to myself. Make it make sense, right? So I had to
Yeah,
make it make sense. I literally had to fucking put it together, and like that's why I'm in like the most happiest place I am right now, because I'm feeling good inside, and my reality is reflecting that. Like win-win for me right now.
yeah, it's a win-win, and it shows too. Like you're beautiful.
Yes.
You are beautiful, and like literally, you're beautiful. You're confident, and you've reached a level of
Thank you.
self-love where it's like, see, to say I don't give a fuck is like so harsh, but like you don't give a fuck. Like I am who I am. You know what I mean? And it takes a lot of work to get there. So kudos to you for
Thank
that. I
you.
want
I
to say
love
that.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you too.
No,
Yeah. It
I
shows, yo, that happiness, that love for yourself, that shit shows. And it also shows in your interactions with people, your relationships will go a lot smoother.
mm,
Because if you're willing to work on yourself and you surrender, a lot of people do not want to surrender. They're not ready. You mentioned that earlier. Some people are not ready, and you cannot force anybody to ride your wave. You cannot, try to put a gun to someone's head, like, oh, see my vision, see my views.
right,
You
right.
can't. You can really only lead by example.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
So
I'm
your
learning
relationships
more.
will go a lot smoother, for sure.
I'm learning this more and more each day, that literally just do the thing. Do it. Do what makes you happy, because by you doing what makes you happy, people are going to see how that works in your life, and then that will be you will be the example, you will be the necessary map for them to. Of course, you're gonna have a bunch of people who's like it's gonna look like they're following you. You should feel like that because you're a leader, right? Like people are meant to look at you and say, I would like to do that, what she's doing. Of course, in my
Mm.
own way. But she made me look at her, like look what she got. Look how she is leading her life. I want to know how you doing it. They'll come to you. Sis, could you give me some tips? You have a list of these videos. You have a list of these statements all over your Facebook, all over social media. Go check my stuff out. Go check my YouTube channel. I did this all. You've been doing the work. And I'm talking to you, Sherelle. I'm talking to you. Like this,
Thank
you've
you.
been doing the work, you
Thank
know?
you. Yeah, and I feel you like, and it's not even just doing. I appreciate that too, but like, it's not just doing the work. It's like sharing it. Each one
Yes.
teach one type of thing. Like this is what I did. This is what I went through. Share your story because you don't know who you can inspire. You don't know who you can save. you can save somebody from somebody that's right on that edge, you know. So like I do that, and I try to lead by example because it's important. Um, like we don't have a lot of leaders, and all of our leaders. Now I don't say all of our leaders, but a lot of our leaders have definitely like, you know, they went through a whole bunch of shit because they were trying to preach a lot of the same things that we're preaching. They just had a bigger audience, you know. But I always say to myself, like, yo, I know I'm gonna be big. Like, I know I'm gonna really get my message out there because that is what I'm supposed to do. It's bigger than me.
Yes.
But I'm willing. I'll die for the cause. Like, I want to move smart so that I don't even get to that. But like, I'll be willing to die for the cause because guess what? Like, everybody's gonna be able to go back and look at all of my
It
shit. Like, my message does not stop
it
just
doesn't,
because
like
I stop
water,
breathing,
overflow, overflow.
right? And like, little by little, that shit is gonna make a change for
It's
real.
already making a change, and I'm very, very excited. Like, we only have like one viewer, and I feel like 1,000 people are watching us because they are. How I feel.
Yeah,
They are,
yeah.
and the
But
message is
people
gonna
are
get
coming in and
here.
out, and I like that. They're coming in and out. They spend a few minutes. I mean, but it's Sunday. It's a nice day. People probably out and about, you know.
Yeah.
But I like that people, like you said, they can always go back and watch it. That shit is there. We don't take it
Yeah.
down. Go
Yeah.
watch it on your own
But you
time.
know, I'm gonna be promoting this shit. I'll be TikTok, da-da-da. Especially
Yeah.
this topic to me is so important to me because I went a long time with feeling like okay, like I love so much. I want it. I want to do anything for it. Then I went through a process of rejecting love. Like I've been the person to reject, and I've been the person to say, but I also been the person to say, oh my God, what is this feeling I had? Because I've been doing the work with myself. Oh, okay, I don't have to reject everything. I could open myself up to my right energy, and I could trust myself to open it up because I've been working on myself and my energy. I trust myself, like I trust my intuition. If my intuition is saying somebody's not right for me, they're not right for me. I'm adamant about that. But if the energy is right and I feel good, how do I feel when I'm around you? Am I myself when I'm around you? Am I happy? I'm going towards that. I'm going towards love. And that in return, like the minute I made a choice to open my heart, I had a heart awakening. And baby, heart awakenings, I didn't even know they were a thing. I had to look it up. That shit is real. Your heart starts like going through a whole process of crying, but it happy tears, of course. But then you feel your heart expand, like you literally feel that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then your reality literally starts to reflect little by little. That's when you start realizing shit is changing. As your heart is opening, shit is changing. And then you see yourself with the people that you're gonna be with on your journey. You see your friends, you see your loved ones, you just see the light. You're able to really stay there because you realize you don't want to do it any other way. Like this is the way.
This is the way. It feels good. Like, yo, it
Yes.
feels good. It feels good to surrender. Oh my God, like I'm a huge Janae Aiko fan, and like I know guys watching this gonna be like Janae Aiko, you know. But like, find that song though, because music is definitely the way to the heart.
Yes.
Music is the way to the
It's
heart. But
important.
there's a song by Janae Aiko called "Surrender."
Surrender. Yes.
Yo, like when you literally surrender, right? Stop running. That's what it is. Like you stop running. You stop running from the reality. You stop running from yourself. A lot of people are scared to face themselves.
Yeah.
Like, and to me, I feel like that's in it's such a that's such a shitty spot to be in. We've all been there, but it's a really critical part of your life. You know, you're running from yourself and you're like, damn, like this is really, damn, I'm starting to see this is what it really is, but I'm not, I don't want to look that way. It's there, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna be looking over here because,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not ready. But when you get to that place and you surrender and you realize, yo, it really is what it is, and this is what it's gonna be, and I might as well just wave my white flag, like, yo, you know what, you got it, God, like I'm
Yo,
gonna
literally, I
serve
said
my
that. Like,
purpose.
God, this is your
You
son.
got
I'm
it,
running.
like you good,
I'm
we're
good.
good.
I'm just sitting
Like,
back. I'm gonna relax. And that's literally how you're supposed to do it. You literally supposed to sit. Yo, when I realized that intentional, like moving with intent, like the intentional action, like whenever you feel the nudge to get up, right? When you feel the nudge to do something, do it. Because that's when you, especially when you're doing it with passion, you know it's gonna be good because you're fucking creating right there magic. The
Yeah.
energy, it's happening. So when we feel called to rest, because you did the work already. Your body's basically signaling, hey sis, we did a lot. Let's
Yo,
slow
I
it
be
down.
having a hard time with that. Like,
But we have to do that. So we got to challenge ourselves, right? We got to challenge ourselves to say, all right, if I really love myself, I wouldn't go against my body. That's when you fix that. That's when you go and you start like really intentionally loving yourself, because it starts to make any little things that you're not doing for out of self-love, it don't make no sense, and it don't resonate with where you're at right now. Like, it literally don't resonate. So you're like saying, all right, fuck it, let me like actually be real about, let me be real about this shit. I said
yeah.
I love myself. How much do I love myself?
Mm-hmm.
What am I
Yeah.
doing? How am I
Yeah.
treating my body? How am I treating people, right? Because if you really love yourself, you realize people are your reflection. So how are you treating people? Ask yourself these questions, and you see how much you really do love yourself. Then
Yeah.
you stop complaining about the people that you're attracting, because we really are attracted to certain people.
Yeah, like, oh my
We gotta
God.
be honest with ourselves.
Yo, black women, I'm not even gonna hold you. Yo, like, and y'all know I'm not biased. I will let women know what's up, and I'll let men know what's up too. Black women are quick to be like, yo, these niggas ain't shit. No, sis. Like, sometimes you really ain't shit.
Okay,
Like, you may
accountability.
stop pointing the finger at everybody else. Sometimes it's you.
You have to be
Like,
honest.
huh?
And like I'm saying, you have to be honest with yourself, because
Right.
there was a time when I thought that I did everything perfect, right? But I had to be honest. I wasn't being true to myself. Like, as far as if I wanted to say no, I didn't say no. So of course this person is going to reflect the things I'm doing to myself. I may not have been doing anything intentionally to hurt them, but I was hurting me in the process. That's the same shit. If we really look at it that way, the reason why you're hurting right now is because you kept going back on your word that many times this nigga was showing red flags. You kept going to him, and you're pissed off because you kept going to him. Like, get
Yeah.
like really put two and two together. Common sense. And I
Yeah,
feel like
we
a lot
all
of
been
people are
there.
there right now. But we
Yeah.
all been there, right?
Hmm.
Exactly. So then
Just
it's
keep it
still all,
real.
it's all love.
Yep. Keep it real with yourself and the people around you. Work on yourself, and you're going to attract the love that you need. You're going to attract everything that you've been missing, and not even just love, abundance. Like, sometimes your blessings really don't start hitting. Like, you have some people are really shitty people, and they come up, and all that shit just slips through their fingers. Like, it's because they may have gotten some luck. Like, they may have manifested their wealth, but
Speak it.
God, spirit, the higher power was like, nah, you don't deserve that shit.
Like, you're speaking. You're speaking. Because let me tell you, one thing you can't run from is yourself. So as much as your life is looking pretty and it's like glossy and shit, like you making it look pretty, if that inner work is not done, you're going to have to face it. You will not leave this plane without facing that shit. One way or another, you're gonna have to
Yeah,
face it. And if you don't face it
yeah.
this time, you're gonna have to come back and face it. Do you
I was
understand that I
yo,
gotta come back and do
yo.
this shit over again? I'm not fucking doing this shit again. I'm sorry.
First of all,
Get the fuck out this shit.
yo, I
I'm
first of
getting the
all,
fuck
yo,
out. Nigga, what
I
the
was
fuck?
listening to you talk, and I was like, when she's done, I'm gonna say this, and you said it, like, yo, and if you don't get that shit right this life, bitch, you're coming back. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not with that whole heaven and hell shit. You don't just, your soul doesn't just chill. No, like, you got lessons to learn. I don't know what you think this is. Like, it's a cycle.
It's a fucking
Like, you know
school. This
the
is really a
circle.
school.
You know the circle
Yeah.
of life? Yeah, like, it's a spiritual thing too with the circle of life. Like, you're not done. God's looking at you like, where you think you going? Get your ass back over there.
Get to walking.
You didn't put no work in. He like, you didn't put the work. He like, yo, I specifically sent your ass down there for a reason, and you came back without putting the work in.
Bitch.
And you think you going? And you think you about to just chill?
You're gonna chill. You're gonna cry in the mansion. You're gonna still cry in the fucking mansion. You're gonna still cry in the mansion.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You just can't get that. I told myself I'd rather deal with this shit right now, because at least I get to enjoy the fucking riches, baby. I want to
Right.
enjoy that shit. Like, really,
Mm-hmm.
I deserve
Yes.
that. I've
Yeah,
been
you
in the
deserve
dark way
it.
too long. I've been in the motherfucking dark way too long to like not fucking give myself the chance to experience heaven on earth. Heaven on motherfucking earth. Let me fucking do this shit. For real. That's all it took.
Yeah.
But if anybody was to ask me how I got here, I'm gonna be like, yo, I loved myself. That's it. I got here because I loved myself.
Yeah. Right. I love myself so much. Like, you know how you got a car and you love the shit out of that car, right? Like, soon as that car starts making a weird noise, you gonna go get that check, right? Soon as you start getting into a weird place, go get that checked out. Like, you love you like you love your car, okay? Love you
Yo,
like you love that expensive article of clothing in your closet that as soon as it rips, you take it to a tailor and you get that fixed. Why don't you fix yourself?
Fix yourself the same
Love
way.
yourself so much that you're willing to always improve to fix yourself.
I love that you fucking compared it to the car, because the car, you did that way. The car is your vessel. You're driving your meat suit to do all these things.
Right.
So think about the gap. Like, I saw a video today saying the same thing. The lady, I'm gonna send it to you, sis. I love sending you some videos. The lady was saying, she was like, your body's a machine that's very smart. It's gonna tell you when it's not okay, and it's gonna tell you when it's great. You know the good feelings. You know that you're happy. You know that. But if your body is saying something is off, listen to it. It's saying, "Hi, human. I'm not running the best way I can right now." Because she was like, "What would you do if your car was running low on gas? Aren't you gonna fill it up? Are you gonna still drive the car?"
Well, some of us, my car has shut down a few times on E. Okay?
Burn the fuck out. But is it so like, yes, I'm gonna fill myself. I'm gonna fill my cup, and I don't need nobody to fill my cup. Are you not the same thing with the car? If you can't get the money for the gas money for somebody, you'll still find a way to get the fucking gas money.
Right.
You're gonna
get
still
that
find
gas
because you're gonna get the car moving. That's how much you love that car, right? You want it to move. That's why you bought it. You want it to take you places.
Yeah.
Treat your body the same way. You want your body to take you places. So fucking care about your body. Care about your mind. Care about your heart. Care about this shit. People are not caring. People are not caring. I love you so much. Oh
I love you too. I love you too. Like, we ain't even got to say nothing else. I think we made it very clear what our point was.
Yes. And I love that shit. I love that shit.
Yo. Oh
my God. That was
Listen, this was a great conversation, yo. Like, I hope all you guys have an amazing Sunday. Just relax. Just let all of this shit process. You know what I'm saying? Love on yourself. Like, do something relaxing. Do something that can stimulate your mind, you know, take your mind and your body to a different place. Where it's like, damn, I have a rough week ahead of me. Let me just relax. Let me just chill out. Let me meditate. Let me read. Let me listen to some good music, something that makes me feel good. Let me sip on some tea and watch Tea with Tea.
Yes. Watch Tea with Tea.
Yes. And just enjoy.
Sis, you know this one got to go on YouTube, right? This is the one. It got to go on YouTube.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
I love you, sis.
I love you too. I love all you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, Shanique. I'm going to get up with you in a few minutes.
All right, baby.
Talk to you later.